All right, y'all, what is up and welcome back. So tonight we got a video that's been going around, and it actually doesn't even show any faces, but it's a video of a man with all his stuff packed up in some trash bags. It looks like a young lady has packed his belongings up in a trash bag and is telling him he has to move out because she's found a rich guy. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and show this video, then I want to talk about it. Let's go.
So my thing is this. So now you're telling me you're dealing with a rich man? No, you can't. You done with me? Like it's just over with for us?
You and your 9 to 5 can get out my house. Can get out. Go.
So basically you done with me, and I gotta pack all my stuff up.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
You and your 9 to 5 working can get out.
That's crazy, man.
I got a rich man, and you can't be in here.
Packed all my shit up because I got a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, right.
But I helped you though. Every time I get my check, you want me to help you out. So my thing is this. So now you're telling me you deal.
All right, so it's just going on a loop there. That's pretty much the end of the video. Now, poor guy. All of his stuff, every single thing he owned was in a Nike, not even a Nike, a Glad trash bag. I was gonna say a Nike trash bag because I saw some Jordans, but no, those were Glad bags that his stuff were in. And there's a bunch of lessons to learn from this. There's a whole lot of lessons to learn from this, and I kind of want to unpack a couple. First thing is, you never move in with a person unless you have a good sense of their state of mind if something were to hit the fan. Being that if y'all were to get into some type of argument, some type of discord, if that person is going to put your stuff in trash bags, that doesn't need to be the person that you live with. Okay, this goes for anybody, man or woman. I understand some people will say, leave, get out, go, whatever. That's one thing, okay? I mean, that's a borderline normal thing to say when people get into arguments. But if somebody goes to the length to grab your property that you own, that you bought, and put your property into trash bags, whether it be man or woman, that is wrong. That is somebody you do not need to be with. I need that to be one of the first date questions that we ask people. Like, do you take other people's property and throw them in trash bags ever? Like, is that your thing? But besides that, we have another huge thing to talk about. And I don't know why fellas do this, but we got a lot of fellas out here that are moving in with their woman. That is something you never do. When I say moving in with your woman, I mean living at her house. Okay, if y'all are living together, that's great. But that house needs to be yours, aka she can't kick you out of that house. You understand that? Because if she has legal rights to kick you out of that house because you have no ownership of that house or apartment, wherever your name isn't on the lease, blah, 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 that's not going to be good news for you. That is just a tool that she is going to use at the end of the day to silence you, to get you out of there. And you're not going to operate in your full capacity knowing that someone can kick you out. You don't operate in the same confidence knowing that what you're walking in every day when you come home from work is not yours. Okay. Same way how you don't have that confidence to do what you want at your mom's house because you know that's not your house. You got to respect your mom. You're going to have that same lack of confidence when you walk into your own house because that is not your house. That's that young lady's house. Now, I understand people go through things and, stuff is temporary here and there. Some of these guys just got out of, jail and stuff and they need somewhere to live or whatever. But that can only be a severely temporary thing. And that's while you get on your feet. And this better be a woman that you're serious about, that you vetted, that really has your best interests at heart and is going to stay down until you come up, or at least for the next couple weeks until you find gainful employment and get your own stuff. I don't believe a woman is going to fully respect you if you're living with her. I don't think the mechanisms that she was born with will allow her to fully respect you while you living up under her. And when I say living up under her, I mean she had everything set up and swoop, you moved in like a little princess moving into a castle. Y'all cannot do that. She is not going to be able to respect you the same. I promise you. And this is not some manosphere mumbo jumbo. This is just real talk. Like, this is traditional stuff. You don't move in with a woman. Now, of course, we got some, the young couples out here, and when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, college kids and stuff like that, this does not apply to them because they do all type of weird stuff. You know, they go 50-50, all this stuff, and they're struggling to survive. So they may need to rely on each other every now and then or whatever. I'm talking about my fully grown adults, I'm talking 25 and older crowd here. As a guy, you cannot do that. And if you do that, you have to expect that she is going to disrespect you at some point. It's just that simple. She's not equipped to respect the man that is living off her. Even if you're contributing to the bills, if you're not paying every single bill in that house, and guess what? If you're living with her, even if you are paying bills, I guarantee you're not going to get the same respect as if you built it. As if, and when I say built it, I don't mean physically built it. I mean that your name is the primary name on the lease or on the mortgage or whatever. That needs to be yours. As a man, I don't think your pride is going to let you fully rest until you have that solidified. I mean, that's just real. But there's a bunch of people in this situation. Ladies even have a name for guys for this type of stuff. Y'all ever heard of the term hobosexual? It's a term for guys that date on the strength that they need somewhere to live because it's so tough out here. They ain't got no place to go, that they are dating women that have places to live. I kid you not. And one thing about it, if you are in a place where you can't afford to live on your own, honestly, I don't think you should be dating. I don't think you should be looking for a relationship as a man. I don't think you should be dating, dog. I think you should focus on your career, focus on finding some gainful employment that you can grow with, focus on your side hustles, or focus on forming your own business or some type of grind that's going to get you some substantial cash flow to be able to get your own place. Because at the end of the day, in comparison to guys with their own spots and guys with their own cars and guys with their own this and that, you just don't compare. It's like you're almost a burden at this point. Because I'm not gonna lie, some of the ladies, they have it together. They'll have their own place, they'll have their car, they're in their career, they went to 4 years of college, they're doing some type of stuff at a hospital, I don't know. But a lot of them will have it together. So you can't come to a woman while you don't have it together and she has it together, bro. I don't care what kind of fairy tales you saw from some Tyler Perry movie or some cartoons. I don't care how these people in these movies have fallen in love. She is not going to be able to respect you the same way. And women are highly emotional. I mean, they're more emotional than men by default, okay? And that emotion, when it runs hot, you may find your stuff in a trash bag every now and then. Okay, if that's your spot, she can't put your stuff in a trash bag. The only thing she can do is hop in her Honda Accord and drive down the street and go stay at the nearest hotel because she doesn't want to see you right now. That's what she has to do if she doesn't want to be around you because it's your spot. I'm not saying that's what she should do, but it is what it is. But you're not going to get the same amount of respect. You're not going to have that same confidence walking into your house. And guess what? It's going to affect y'all's conversations. I promise you. I promise you. I want you to imagine two scenarios. I want you to imagine a woman that is living up under her man. His man has the house. She moved in with him. It's his castle, blah, blah, blah. And imagine the exact opposite. Okay, imagine a scenario where a man has moved in with a woman. She's over him because she's the head of household technically. And I want you to imagine them arguing about the same thing. It could be anything. Who ate the last banana in the refrigerator? It could be anything, right? The conversations and arguments are going to go two different ways by default, because one person has the confidence of being the provider and the person that's head of household, and one person doesn't. It's just like a manager talking to their employee. At the end of the day, you're going to be the employee. You're going to hold that submission as the employee. As an employee, you are automatically submissive to your boss when they say certain things. You have to be if you want to keep being employed. So you are going to transfer that submissiveness that she was supposed to naturally be in as a woman over to you. And your Nikes are going to be in a glad bag. You're going to be broke, busted, and disgusted, calling your homeboy, asking him to come sleep on your couch. I ain't finna let you sleep on my couch if you was living with a chick, bro. I'm not finna I'd rather help you pay for a hotel, dog, than have you sleep on my couch crying on my leather, dog. You nothing to do that because she kicked you out. You should have had your stuff together, okay? So my advice to men is get out of the dating game altogether until you get your mind right, get your grind right, get somewhere to stay, somewhere to rest your head. That is your castle. And then you find your queen and bring them to your castle. Or you find your queen and both of y'all sell y'all castles and then unite in one castle. However way you want to do it, you need to have your own, brother. That's the only way. All right. I want to know what y'all think about this, though. All right. And let me know. If you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.